What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Survive and Prophecy, and this time we're gonna be reacting to I'm Scrummy. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Who's gonna be rebuilding the New York Football Giants on Madden 21 realistic rebuild. So let's check it out. I will leave a video in the description box down below if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go.
The New York Giants. Now, one quick thing before we really get into this one. Obviously, there is no face cam for this video, and the reason for that is because I've been having a lot of trouble rendering videos.
Now, before I start this video, listen. Right now, the Giants are what, 4-7? So realistically, they're facing who next? Hold on, let me see who they facing next. So like I said, I've been busy with the NBA draft and whatnot, so I really don't know. I really don't know who the Giants face. Now they face the Bengals. Obviously, they won 19-20. Okay, so they face the Seahawks, as y'all can see. That's probably going to be an L. Yeah, that's probably going to be an L. Let me see the rest of their schedules. The schedule, I should say. Oop, that was Giants gear. Don't want that. Schedule. Let's go to here. Any random website will do. Probably not. Let's go to ESPN.com. No, thank you. Alright, so right now we face the Seahawks next. That's an L. Cardinals, that's an L. Browns, that's an L. Ravens, that's an L. And then Cowboys. That's probably gonna be the only win y'all probably get. We get, obviously. Because the Browns, as much as the Browns are playing up and down, they somewhat consistent. Cardinals, they're pretty good. Seahawks, we already know what they're about with Wilson. So that's probably going to be an L. We're going to lose to Baltimore. Baltimore's probably going to blow us out. We're probably going to get a win over Dallas. And then that's it. I think that's the only win we'll probably get is the win over Dallas. I think we're probably going to lose the next 3 games. Actually, yeah, the next 3 games. Actually, the next 1, 2, 3, yeah. So the next 4 games we're going to lose. So yeah, and then we'll probably pick at number 9 or something like that. Cause we 4-7, 4-8, 4-9, 4-10, 4-11, 4-12. So yeah, we're probably gonna finish the season 4-12. So that's probably gonna, get us the finish 4-12. That's probably gonna be in the middle, somewhere in the middle. So we're probably gonna pick like number 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll probably pick at number 9 or 10, something like that.
Lately, and I really don't know what the issue is. There's always like some kind of file corruption with the video file, so I'm thinking maybe.
So we're basically gonna probably go 5-12 instead of 4-12.
Too much? I don't know.
So like I said,
I'm gonna go ahead and just try to
we're gonna tie these
videos without
series.
Facecam, see if I still have the same issue. If I still do, then I guess we'll fight through it with Facecam. We'll figure it out. But anyway, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, and if you like watching Madden 21 franchise content, specifically rebuilds, then definitely hit that subscribe button down below, because this is the place for you.
I mean, I don't know. I
Also,
might
if you
probably
enjoy
go
watching
back
this video in particular, I really
to doing
appreciate it.
YouTube
You could hit that like
video
button
game
down below.
realistic
But let's go over the
rebuild.
roster. So the Giants are 0-4. Definitely not a good team right now.
We'll
Daniel
see, though.
Jones is the starting quarterback. Devontae Freeman is the running back. Golden Tate, Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton's very good. Golden Tate's not too bad. I'm not sure if I should simulate with the starters out who are actually out. I guess let me know in the comments. I'll do it for this video just to be safe. So we're not going to have Saquon this season. I don't know when Sterling Shepard's supposed to be back, but we won't have him for the time being. But they do have Andrew Thomas. He's not playing super well in real life, but of course a lot of potential, at least in the game here. Hidden development trade for him, 70 overall. I'm expecting big things from him throughout the course of this rebuild. Will Hernandez is also very good and very young. Kevin Zeitler is a very good right guard as well, but I don't know if he's going to be on the team long term. Evan Ingram is fantastic at tight end, 86 overall for him, still very young. I know I kind of barely talked about him, but Darius Slayton is great. 23 years old, 80 overall, already a very good receiver. I think he can develop incredibly well here for us. Of course, they have Saquon, one of the best running backs in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
And then Danny Dimes. We kind of briefly talked about him. I didn't say anything actually about him. But Daniel Jones is a 71 overall. Now, if the season continues as it is, I want to draft Trevor Lawrence. I don't think that's terribly unrealistic either.
Okay, here's the thing about this Trevor Lawrence thing. Obviously, we're not going to get him in real life, but when the Giants were like 0-4, they were saying tank for Trevor. Listen, Trevor, like Clemson players, they don't produce very well at quarterback. You know, outside of, Deshaun Watson, who obviously went to Clemson, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, name me a Clemson player that y'all know from the past, quarterback-wise, that has success in the NFL. Now, Clemson draft pretty good defensive players, but they don't draft great offensive players, just like how Georgia don't produce a lot of great offensive players, but they produce a lot of great defensive players. LSU, they don't necessarily develop a lot of great offensive players, but defensive players. So schools that produce a lot of great defense, like Florida State, like Alabama, they're always going to get recognition. You know what I'm saying? So this whole tank for Trevor, it's bullshit. Like he's not even that good, remotely good. They're just pumping him up because, it's publicity stunt.
If Trevor Lawrence is available when the Giants pick, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that they go with him, right? But I also think it wouldn't be a bad option. But I also don't think it would be a bad option to go with a tackle and then try to build through Daniel Jones. We'll kind of just have to see how he plays throughout the rest of this season. And then defensively, surprisingly enough, Blake Martinez is actually playing sort of well this season. As is James Bradbury, not as surprising, but James Bradbury is having a good season. Logan Ryan's their free safety now. Jabril Peppers this year. They do have Xavier McKinney, who is injured, so we're not going to have him for this season. I'm pretty sure he's out the whole year. O'Shane Zimenez, Lorenzo Carter, definitely pretty good. Outside linebackers, both very young as well. They have a really good defensive line. Leonard Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson, Dexter Lawrence, B.J. Hill, all very good players. But we definitely need to draft a middle linebacker on this team. I'm looking for a cornerback, if possible. And then, more importantly, I'm looking for Trevor Lawrence. I would love to get Trevor Lawrence on this team. If I can't get him, I don't know if I'm going to go with a quarterback. I might take some other position in this draft. But anyway, I will see you guys now at the end of the season. Also, there is a dog laying on my bed currently, and she breathes very loudly. So if you end up hearing anything in the background, because it's her. Her name's Goofy. I can't show her right now because I'm not using Facecam, but I did show her off in a video recently. But she's just chilling here, taking a nap on my bed. So if you hear anything, it's probably her. But anyway, let's see if we made the playoffs. Of course we did not. We finished 4-12. Hopefully that is good enough for like a top.
See what I
top
said
3
in the
draft
beginning.
pick. Daniel Jones, 3,940.
I think we'll probably beat Dallas, like I said. We'll probably,
just not cutting it for me. I don't think.
I believe we tied with the Redskins.
And now, of course,
No,
Devontae
we swept the
Freeman, not having
Redskins
a
and
great
we
season.
tied against the
Deion
Eagles.
Lewis, same thing there. But Saquon
hopefully,
Barkley, at least we're going to get him back this next season. Looking forward to that.
Hopefully,
Golden Tate, 922 yards. Darius Slayton, 800.
Hopefully we could tie against Dallas. We don't want another sweep against them. Because they beat us before.
Tackles there for Blake Martinez. 12 tackles for loss for Dexter
I
Lawrence.
think we'll probably get their number this time
3
around.
picks for James Bradbury. 2 for Julian Love, 1 for David Mayo, Jabril Peppers, Logan Ryan, and Devontae Downs. No touchdowns, but we do have a safety and at least 1 blocked kick. There's
Yeah,
only
the
that
Giants
one
have no
from
pass
Dexter
rushers
Lawrence.
at
So
all,
we were
and that's
28th
not going to
in the
win you a
NFL
lot
on
of
offense.
games.
Defense probably
You know, I think like what most of these YouTubers probably don't understand is that when they do these realistic rebuilds, you have to keep in mind of two things. One is the offensive line, because obviously pass protection, running the football, creating holes, and then the second thing is defense. You have to have players that can tackle and just create havoc like we had when we had you know Strahan and OC and Tuck and JPP. You know what I'm saying? And then we had Quay Webster and Terrell Thomas and Aaron Ross. You know what I'm saying? Players like those we need. Because if you can't get to the quarterback, your defense is gonna get smoked every single game. Especially when teams do their homework. Oh, we facing the Giants. Oh, they don't have no pass rush. We could just bomb it down the field. They can't cover. They giving up about like 525 yards through the air. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. But in real life, they're doing pretty well against the run. Not really so much against the pass, but obviously with great scouting and great drafting, the Giants can shore up that thing. But that's the only two things you need in these realistic rebuilds when you do these NFL realistic rebuilds with any team. Not just my team, the Giants, but any team. Just the offensive line and then the defense. That's all you need. And a good running back if you have one. But other than that, that's all you need. Offensive line and defense. If you have those two things intact, you're gonna win a lot of games.
not far behind. Actually 14th, a lot better than I expected.
But
Russell Wilson is going.
what people do is that they try to nitpick. Oh, I needed this. Oh, I needed that. You don't need that. You just, like I said, all you need to do is just fix the offensive line and fix the defense. Other than that, everything is gonna take care of itself. You know. Like I promise you, if I did a realistic rebuild for the Eagles, I'll probably win it my second year.
Nobody from the Giants. Defensive Player of the Year is Levante David.
Of course, nobody's gonna be in the wars because look at their record. Not even if their record, just because look at the Lions. They're 6-10, but they have, Collins, who made it. So it's not basically your record, but it's your production. Nobody on that Giants had double-digit sacks, had more turnovers, had this and that. So of course nobody's gonna be on it because the production fell off.
Nobody from the Giants on this list either. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Jalen Reagor. Nobody from the Giants on this list. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jeremy Chin. And once again, nobody from the Giants. So we did nothing this season. Let me go ahead and spin the coach experience before we advance by the playoffs, but I'll let you know who is in the Super Bowl. Alright, so the Super Bowl is between the Chiefs and the Seahawks. Also something I can totally see happening in real life. The winner is going to be the Seahawks, 35-28.
Oh, so the
I know let's go
Chiefs
over development trade upgrades before we talk
win
win
back-to-back Super Bowls,
on
which
the offense, I don't
they're not gonna do in real life.
Anyone is up in development trade here.
Because what the NFL is doing now is the NFL is trying to look for their next, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick duo, Because think about it. How old is Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes is like, what, 24, 25 years old? Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl at the age of 24, if I'm not mistaken. So they're trying to find that, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady formula, So it wouldn't shock me if the Chiefs do repeat.
course, as star development. I'm sure you guys all already knew that. Let's get the best lineup back again as well. So we can at least get Saquon back into the starting lineup. Okay. Nate Solder's also here. I kind of want to just cut him. He's not playing in real life. He'd free up a lot of cap if we just did get rid of him. Maybe we can do that in the offseason here. But yeah, I don't think anyone on the offense is up in development.
And the one thing about Saquon Barkley is his game is kind of iffy, you know. Like if you think about a running back, you think about toughness, you think about resiliency. You know what I'm saying? Saquon Barkley does not bring that to the table whatsoever. You know, I mean, there was a lot of people saying, well, what if Saquon Barkley doesn't fit us? You know, because if you look at his style of play, he did it in college. He's done it in high school. Like, he always bounces outside. He does not like contact at whatsoever. You know? Like, you look at a Reggie Bush. You look at a Frank Gore. You look at a Steve Jackson. When those two was in their prime, oh, they loved physicality. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't mind getting, in between the tackles. Saquon Barkley, every time they hand the ball off to him, he just bounces out the outside. So I think it kind of hurts the Giants in some way. But, I mean, it is what it is. People are not going to even listen to that because, obviously they're, one-minded, individuals, that just sees, he's very explosive and stuff like that. But in hindsight, you have to see how Saquon Barkley is utilized. You know what I'm saying? Like when we had Brandon Jacobs and Lamar Bradshaw, it benefited us because of their running game. You know what I'm saying? Bradshaw was more of a shifty running back, and Jacobs was just a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? So that two combo fit us perfectly. But I don't know what Saquon Barkley is. I really don't. He doesn't like running between the tackles. Like, I mean, I think that's just only I think that's the only problem he has, and he doesn't pass protect very well, Besides, unlike Jacobs and Bradshaw, at least they knew how to pass protect. You know what I'm saying? Barkley don't know how to pass protect. So, hopefully we can resign, Freeman. Because I think if Freeman, because obviously he just got there and, he was just thrust into the fire. So, I mean, it wasn't really his fault. But, if he can stay healthy, then, I think, him and Saquon can really, do a lot of damage in the backfield.
And then defensively, Lorenzo Carter went up. I think Leonard Williams went up as well. I don't think.
How long is this?
Before.
Damn, this
he
is 30.
Wow, okay.
I didn't even know the time. I'm just gonna skip.
Also going to be here. I feel like I want him back on the receiver. Now he wouldn't make too much sense, like height-wise, on this team. But if you think about it, like this team already has pretty small receivers. Like they kind of do need a bigger guy, like more. But it's okay. I still don't mind this draft. I'm gonna go out and sign a backup running back.
I'm sorry, this is just too much of a video. I mean, I got things to do, so I mean, no disrespect, but I didn't even know it was this long. I thought it was like only for like 24
Carter
minutes.
Is up in development trade. Hopefully he can continue going up. I wish Shane Zibanez maybe can even hit star. Blake Martinez a little and then Jabril Peppers at strong safety. So this team, I definitely think is better than last year's team. Let's see if the record shows that. The team is not doing any better. We are 1-6.
Wow.
All right, so something pretty big has to change this next season. The Cowboys are 7-1, 4-4 for the football team, 2-5 for the Eagles. All right, well let's check out these development traits. Rondell Moores might not be
like I said,
let's go ahead and check.
two things you need to look for.
So
offensive line,
playing pretty well.
Offensive line and the defense
as well.
Like if you look at their defense, you gotta upgrade the middle linebacker. You gotta upgrade their right side out linebacker. Cornerbacks are good, so you just gotta beef up two positions, and then you'll be up to par.
Eddie Fisher is up to a 68. Patrick Surtain actually has superstar X Factor. All right, didn't know
Patrick
this,
Surtain.
but I'll take it, I guess.
That's
pretty
a
awesome.
very
We're
good
gonna have
name.
a great cornerback then. for the rest of this rebuild. Really excited for that. Not scout, let me go bring back some players. Evan Ingram is the top free agent, and I certainly want him back on the team. Kevin
I'll
Zeitler
trade
is
him.
also here. I wouldn't mind giving him a 1-year contract. Jabril Peppers, Will
I need a
Hernandez,
tight end that
Lorenzo
can pass
Carter, I all
protect.
want
He does
back on
not
the
do
team
that.
as well. Let's go ahead and try to get those guys.
The
Okay,
only
those guys
reason
are all
why
coming
they
back.
keep him is because he's athletic and he can run fast. If he wasn't athletic and he couldn't run fast, I guarantee you that they would have traded him already. But since he can run fast and he doesn't have the great of hands, and as a tight end, you have to have that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have those little, kind of soft baby hands as a tight end.
Back
You
to the
know?
team. Now, BJ Hill is pretty enticing, but we don't actually need him at least for a couple more seasons, so I'm going to let him go. I feel like we can replace him pretty easily because he is just a depth defensive lineman at the moment. Those are going to be all the free agent signings for right now, and we'll see you guys at the end of the year. Maybe we'll go 1-15 and have a really good draft pick. You never know. Also, I just want to point this out. If it wasn't obvious already, the draft class I used for the first season was Bengals. You can go ahead and find that. It's like the top downloaded file right now on PS4. I just want to point that out as well in case anyone is in the comments saying that it's very cheap that I got a Superstar X Factor in the draft. I had no idea that Patrick Surtain had Superstar X Factor. Just wanted to point it out in case there was anyone who wanted to comment that. So very obviously, we did not make the playoffs, but we did win at least one more game. We finished 7-9. Alright. The team played a lot better the second half of the season. I don't really like that too much because now we don't have a good draft pick and we also didn't make the playoffs. Okay, well Daniel Jones had 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 picks.
And one thing about Daniel Jones is, I believe that, I think he should just stick to throwing the ball instead of running it. Because if he wants to eclipse Eli Manning, which I don't think he's going to, because quarterbacks these days don't even play to the, level that Eli played. You know what I'm saying? If he continues to play this style where he's leading the team in rushing, he's gonna get hurt. Like all it takes is just one hit, and we have seen that from Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Like all it takes is just one hit. You know, like I think if he just turned, I think if Daniel Jones just turns into a pocket passer, I think he'll play more like a Phillip Rivers. You know what I'm saying? That's the only quarterback I can think of. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really a stats guy. I'm more of a production guy. If like you can show me consistency, then you're it. You have the it factor. You know what I'm saying? But stats, like, I just don't believe.
What
in
do I do with
stats.
Daniel Jones? Because that's a really good season. Maybe he'll go up in development trade and we can actually keep him. I don't know. Saquon had a really good year though, of course. 1,400 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. Darius Slayton just about 1,000 yards.
I would have
Moore got
loved.
pretty close as
I would
well.
have loved
Both
to
of those guys
trade
with 8 touchdowns. Andrew Thomas was a bit better there at
Barkley.
right tackle. Trent Williams pretty good at left tackle. Not a bad season from anyone in particular.
You know,
114
get some
tackles
more
for
weapons
Patty Fisher.
for-
We have 13
for-
tackles for loss
for Daniel
Dexter
Jones
Lawrence.
because
5.5
you can plug in
sacks
any
for Lorenzo
quarterback.
Carter.
I mean, you could plug in
We had 2
any
picks for
running
Patrick
back in there.
Surtain,
To
one
be
for
honest with
Lorenzo
you,
Carter, James Bradbury,
I mean, that's
Patty
one
Fisher,
thing
and
that
Blake
people
Martinez.
lack
One
to
defensive touchdown
understand.
from James Bradbury.
You know?
0 safeties.
Like look
and
how
we have 2
look
black
how
picks, Dalvin
dirty the
Tomlinson
Rams
and
did
BJ
Todd
Hill.
Gurley.
We were 4th in the NFL on offense.
Todd Gurley was
I guess
that
the
running
defense was
back.
just really
you
bad.
know?
22nd. Yeah, not great. MVP this year is going to Patrick Mahomes. Danny Dimes, not on the list. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. Daniel Jones, though, number 8. Saquon also on that list. Didn't expect to see him. The Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. Nobody from the Giants. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Rondell Moore at number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jabril Cox, I imagine his last name is. Patrick Surtain and Patty Fisher at 2 and 3. It's kind of weird that you have to put hyphens for some names in this game. I don't know how it works. I haven't made a draft class yet. Let's go to the Super Bowl, though, and let's see who's in it. The Bears and the Ravens are in the Super Bowl. I'm going to spring you scouting points, and then we can advance by. The winner of the Super Bowl is going to be the Ravens, 41-35. Now, let's go over these development trade upgrades. Daniel Jones, did you go up in development trade? He actually did. Okay. I don't know what to do with him, though. Just a tad. Try to save a little bit more money as well. For 7.1. That's going to be 81 total points. Perfectly fine offering that up. Ooh, Rashawn Evans would be really good on this team as well. I almost want to switch to a 4-3 at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but next season. Also, I will definitely spend the coach experience before we simulate. But the offense looks pretty insane at the moment. 80
See?
overall.
See what I was talking about? Just get the offensive line great. Look at that. They all in green. Fullback, that's okay. Oh, wow, you got Devontae Adams. But yeah, like I said, just get your offensive linemen right, your defense right, and then you're going to win at least 13 games every year, you know?
85 overall team, 83 defense as well. But Samuel is now going to be the quarterback. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones. I really am. I kind of feel bad, but come on. There was an early first-round talent quarterback in the mid-first round. There was no way I could pass on him. I feel like you guys would have been punching your screens if I actually passed on him. He has Saquon to pair up with.
Why is those two look the same? One has a beard and the other one has no beard. Well, I have a facial. Kind of weird.
Devontae Adams joins the team. Darius Slayton, Rondale Moore, a disgusting group of receivers.
See, like I said,
really good offensive line.
Just fix the offensive line, give him some weapons.
And then Evan Ingram. So this
And
guy
let's
is
see
in a
how the
perfect
defense is
situation.
doing. Okay, like I said, just one area, and that's the middle linebacker. But other than that, just, make sure everybody's in green. You know what I'm saying? And you should
And then
be
on the
going.
defense, Rashawn Evans
You should
is going to join
go
the team.
at least
I think
10,
he's like the only huge
12
acquisition
wins.
we landed on this side of the ball. But the defense is still very solid overall. So we do have Harrington, who can eventually
They're fixing
maybe
middle
start one
linebacker,
day if
though.
we do switch defenses. Lorenzo Carter has been doing all right. O'Shane Zimenez has been doing okay. Kind of hoping he can go up in development at this point, but he just kind of hasn't. It's okay,
So
though.
y'all
We
should
are
go
going to
like
simulate.
at
I'll let
least
you know
10
what the
or
record
12
looks like
wins.
at the midseason. We did not end up getting any offers there for Blake Martinez. So I just simulated straight to week 9. Let's go ahead and check out the record. We are 4-4.
Wow.
This division's pretty good in general. It was actually a really big win then over the Eagles.
Yeah, the
they're 5-3,
NFC East
4-3,
is
the Cowboys
one of those
4-4.
divisions that you can't run away with. Like the NFC East is that division where they just beat up on each other, and then it always comes down to week 17. You know what I'm saying? So this division is never going to be a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? I know right now it's in
Down there
flux
for
right
Washington.
now, but
Let's go ahead and check out.
when is the last time the NFC East was like this? Like 4 or 5 years ago?
These development traits, I think it's just one. The
They
quarterback,
were just acting
it-
shocked because the NFC East is so garbage, but like they have, they have amnesia. They forget this division was the same 4 or 5 years ago. They just, are not, accustomed to time.
a superstar. Okay, that's amazing. He's going to go up to an 83 overall as well. Can he fit the scheme? He can finally fit the scheme. There we go. Hopefully now auto progression goes into strong arm, so he remains, fitting the scheme. But I think that was definitely the correct choice over Daniel Jones. He's already an 83 overall. He's already a lot better, so that's fantastic. There's no development traits to reveal on the defense, but in general, the team looks like they're playing quite well. And hopefully we can clutch out a playoff berth here this season. I definitely think we have the team for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, like I said, I have never seen this video before, so I'm just predicting what's going to happen. They 4-4, so I'm probably going to think that they're going to probably go 11-5. I could see them beating the Eagles. I could see them beating the Cardinals, Vikings, Jaguars, and then Redskins.
Kevin Zeitler wants to
Washington
talk
team, I
about
should
the bye
say.
week. Let's go ahead and rest and relaxation. I feel like that's like the best way to go because I think the team gets a little bit happier. Get some injury, which is nice. +3 morale, that's fine. Then let's go ahead and obviously bring back Saquon because he is very important to this team.
I'll trade
Darius
him.
Slayton I would like back on the team. Dexter Lawrence I definitely want back.
He doesn't
Kevin
fit.
Zeitler's interesting.
What?
We can probably replace him quite easily.
I'm
I don't
trying
know if
to
I'll bring
do,
him back. Dalvin
obviously.
Tomlinson, I don't know if I'll bring back to the team. James Bradbury is getting very old too. He's going to regress really badly this season. Danny Dimes, I'm not going to bring back. He's going to go to some other team and probably do really well. There are a lot of free agents here, and I want a good number of them. I definitely want Saquon, Darius Slayton, Dexter Lawrence. I think those are the only 3 guys I'm going to go after right now. We'll kind of figure everybody else out at the end of the season here. All right, so we actually clinched the playoffs. 9-7. We have to take on the 9-7 New Orleans Saints. 10-6 for Washington. 9-7 for the Eagles. 7-9 for the Cowboys. This quarterback had 4,835 yards, 46 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Yeah, I think this guy was definitely.
But if you look at Daniel Jones' completion, he completed 75% of his passes. So that tells you that Daniel Jones is more efficient. His efficiency is better than Jerry Samuel.
The correct choice.
But obviously, he didn't
Good
necessarily
Lord.
play that many
Saquon Barkley,
games.
4.7 yards per carry.
See,
6
he
touchdowns,
decreased.
7 touchdowns for rookie
He went from
Carter
11
Johnson.
to
We have
6.
3 1,000-yard receivers. Devontae Adams gets 10 touchdowns. Rondell Moore 13, and then Evan Ingram gets 9. Darius Slayton even had a good year.
See, like I said, what I told you, just put some weapons around your quarterback. He'll be fine.
140 yards, 4 touchdowns for him. The offensive line played really well. This offense was
Again, fix the offensive line. They'll protect better. They'll run block better. That's only two things you
109
probably
tackles there
need
for
to
Rashaan
do
Evans.
these
We
NFL
have 13
rebuilds.
tackles for loss for Leonard Williams.
It'll,
and Dexter
you know,
Lawrence.
trick.
We have 5.5 sacks for Rashaan Evans. Kind of worried that a middle linebacker
Sometimes
is gonna
it
leave,
doesn't
the team
necessarily
in that.
work,
Lorenzo
but,
Carter, I guess,
you know.
ties with him with 5.5 as well. 2 picks for Rashaan Evans, 1 for
It worked
Patrick
for me
Surtain,
when I was doing
one
my
for Xavier
rebuilds,
McKinney and
you
Levi
know.
Wallace.
I
No
was-
defensive touchdowns. We do have a safety, though, for Leonard Williams. And we have a blocked kick from Evan Benson, I think his name is. We were first in the NFL on offense. I can't believe how well this quarterback played. And then we were 20th on defense. I might go ahead and make some kind of switch to the defense.
All right, we're going to fast
Jeremy Samuel
forward.
gets robbed of MVP. Team is looking really good. This rebuild has been pretty successful, in my opinion, so far. But let's go ahead and get the linebacker training boost. Why not? And then we can advance by this week and see if we can take down the Saints. I really don't think we're going to, but I'm just happy we were able to make it into the postseason. We actually do win that game. We have to take on another 9-7 team. The Eagles are an 86
Are they playing?
overall.
Is he
Let's
playing?
go ahead to the conference
some-
championship and see if we can make it into this game. We cannot. We lose 31-7. Let's go to
Wow.
the Super Bowl. Let's see if the Eagles are back in it once again. They have to
Got
take on the
blown out.
Raiders. So let's advance by, see who's going to win. Of course, auto scouting is on.
Dude, if the
So I'm not
Raiders
worried about
win,
wasting scouting points. The Eagles are going
No,
to win
the
another Super
Eagles-
Bowl, 28-6.
the Eagles win their second
We go ahead and
Super
check out
Bowl.
development trade upgrades before we actually get into the players.
so
who
we
I
got
wanna bring
14
back.
Super Bowls now.
So, the quarterback
Collectively
should be
in
up
the
to superstar
NFC
X factor,
East.
and he absolutely is. That's fantastic to see. Darius Slayton didn't go up, neither did Rondell Moore. It's kind of sad, but it's okay. It happens. And then on the defense, I don't believe anyone is actually up in development trade. 92 overall. Like, this guy is one of the better quarterbacks I've drafted this year for sure. This offense is just kind of gross in general. We have a really good offensive line, probably the best wide receiver trio in the NFL right now, probably the best 4 receivers. Sterling Shepard's even still pretty good. And then Evan Ingram is the tight end, definitely a really solid option there. And then defense, 91, they're an 85. Please tell me we can take down this team. They do have a defensive tackle who's a superstar X Factor. That's interesting. Let's go into the divisional round, and we did win, 42-38. Very close.
Wow,
game.
y'all snuck
Now,
in
the
there
Bears
with
are
an
really
8-8
good
record.
in Madden, so I'm kind of scared.
It's crazy. How y'all sneaking into the playoffs with an 8-8 record, but y'all quarterback has a 92 overall? Crazy, right? You would think that this team would be like 11-5 or something like that.
To go up against them, I feel like we're going to lose. Also, our quarterback has Truz. I didn't even realize that.
But then again, that's the
interesting.
NFC East for
Let's
you.
go to the conference
I mean,
championship. Can we take down the Bears? We cannot. We're going to lose
Wow.
heading into the conference championship. Back-to-back seasons, I'm pretty sure. But I still think I'm going to end the video here. I like how this video turned out. This team, I think, is insane. And I'm surprised they didn't actually do better throughout.
I mean, I'll give him credit. You know, he tried to fix my team. You know, but, you know, it don't really matter what Madden you have, whether it's Madden 21, Madden 17, which I have, Madden 17, Madden 18, 19, 13, 12. It doesn't really matter. If you cannot rebuild the team within how many ever days or months you say you're going to rebuild, you know, it's a failure. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I can look back at a lot of things he did wrong in this video, but I'm not going to do that, you know, because I have respect. And, you know, it's his channel and not mine. So, you know, we're just gonna have to flow with the
this
punches
season. I feel like
and
maybe it's
appreciate
because
what
the defense
he's
was a 3-4.
done.
I normally don't have
You know?
success with that kind of formation.
You know, maybe if he would have kept Daniel Jones, maybe he could have had a shot at winning a Super Bowl. But since he went for a quarterback in the draft, I think that probably hurt him. You know what I'm saying?
So, into the offseason, let's just see who's going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to the Titans, 37-35. Checking out these development
Damn, the
traits,
Bears have
sure,
no
too.
luck in the Super
Evan Ingram
Bowl.
is not up in development trait. What does he have to do? But this offense is gross. 97 overall quarterback. A little bit with his morale, and also with that experience point. 99 overall running back.
Look at that, has a 96 overall, and y'all 8-8. Offensive line looks decent, except for right tackle. Running backs, wide receivers, they look great. Quarterbacks, obviously, they look great. Damn, is that Kirk Cousins y'all got?
An overall receiver. 93, 92 for the other two receivers.
But
on
what
this
went
team.
wrong?
Evan Ingram's a 92. The offensive line is great.
I mean, again, defense. Everybody's pretty much in the green, you know? You know? Like, what? Like, is the scheme-wise doesn't fit these players, or just what? You know? Probably a
Defensively,
pass
so far,
rusher,
Rashawn
lacking a
Evans
pass
only got
rusher.
development trait. His defensive tackle only has star. Rashawn Gary is also up.
The
This
only
team's looking
position he needed to upgrade was defensive tackle. I mean, everybody has a B plus, so maybe this defense wasn't really that great. It was solid, but not great.
really good. Maybe we can actually come back to this one at some point. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Appreciate
I hope
it.
you guys enjoyed
Appreciate
this
it.
one, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, so like I said again, he's. I mean, maybe if he would have kept Daniel Jones, they would have probably made the Super Bowl. You know, fix like get a pass rusher or two. You know what I'm saying? Get like 2 pass rushers. Maybe they could have probably won the Super Bowl. But I mean, it is what it is. Let's look at the comments. Shalon Martin says, I love the name of the coach. I hope Bengal would like it too. Oh, that dude. In my rebuild, I kept DJ, and the highest he got was a 80, draft a quarterback in the second with superstar development. So yeah, I would have done the same thing. I'm just gonna act like you didn't draft 2 dudes named Juwan to back. I really would have gotten Trey Lance or Justin Fields at quarterback instead of certain with all those other cornerbacks, but turned out okay. That's pretty much it. Not really too much comments. Only 35 comments. So again, shout out to Scrimmy. I think if I butcher your name, my bad. I will put this video in the description box down below. I appreciate you, trying to rebuild my Giants. Hopefully, maybe if you would have kept Daniel Jones, maybe you could have won a Super Bowl. Who knows? Just because you have a higher overall in the quarterback doesn't mean that, you're automatically going to win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because when I did my realistic rebuild with the Eagles, all I did was just trade one person. And that was just to get a pass rusher because we was lacking pass rushers. And then we automatically won the Super Bowl. I kept everybody, only traded one person. So, maybe it works for others, maybe it doesn't. So, like, comment, subscribe on the road to 1K. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.